Okay အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါဒီနေ့သင်မဲ့အကြောင်းအရာလေးကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့အင်္ဂလိပ်စကားပေါ့နော်အခုကျွန်တော်သင်တဲ့လောက်ကိုမှတ်မိရဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ verb တွေအကြောင်းလေးလာပြပါပြီเนาะ verb ကအခြေခံဘယ်နှဖောင်ရှိတယ်ဘယ်နှမျိုးရှိတယ်เนาะအဲ့ဒါလေးလာပွားရင်နောက်ပြီးကျွန်တော်အခြေခံ essay format တစ်ခုသင်ပွားရင်เนาะ essay format ကကျွန်တော်နှစ်ခုသင်ပြရမှာခင်ဗျတစ်ခုပထမတစ်ခုသင်ပွားပါเนาะဒုတိယတစ်ခုကကျွန်တော်ဒီနေ့ကတော့နည်းနည်းစာလေးဝါမှာဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်ကနောက်တစ်ပတ်လောက်မှသင်ပြီးကျွန်တော်စဉ်းစားရတယ်เนาะနောက်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော် grammar format ဆိုရင် if conditional တို့ကျွန်တော်သင်ပွားရင်เนาะနောက်ပြီးတော့ဘာလဲ direct indirect speech သင်ပွားရင်เนาะအဲ့တော့ဒီကျွန်တော်စဉ်းစားတာကကျတော့အားလုံးနဲ့ပို့ပြီးတော့ဆက်မဲ့ဟာမျိုးပေါ့အခုကျွန်တော်လေ့လာရသလောက်ကပေါ့နော်အားလုံးကအင်္ဂလိပ်စကားကိုပြောလဲပြောတတ်တယ်အားဆုံးဒီလိုမျိုးအင်္ဂလိပ်စကားကိုတတ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်ချရေးတဲ့အခါပေါ့နော် written English မှာတော့အဆင်ပြေကြတယ်ဘယ်မှာအားနည်းကြလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တကယ်ပြောတဲ့အခါမှာအားနည်းတာအင်္ဂလိပ်စကားကိုမတတ်ဘူးလားဆိုတော့မဟုတ်ဘူးအကုန်လုံးအင်္ဂလိပ်စကားတတ်တယ်ရေးလေးတတ်တယ်အဓိပ္ပာယ်လည်းနားလေတယ် found complex sentence တွေအစားကျွန်တော်တို့ကောင်းအောင်မို့တိဆောက်နေတယ်တို့မြင်ကျွန်တော်အနေနဲ့အချိန်လေးတစ်ခုလိုအပ်တယ်ပေါ့အချိန်တစ်ခုပေးထားမှကျွန်တော်အနေနဲ့စာရေးရတာအဆင်ပြေပေါ့အဲ့လိုမျိုးအဓိကကျွန်တော်တို့ကအင်္ဂလိပ်စကားကိုတတ်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ proficiency ဆိုတဲ့level မရောက်သေးပေါ့ကျွန်တော်မှတစ်ခုခံနေရပါလဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်အဓိကကတော့အင်္ဂလိပ်စကားကိုကျွန်တော်ပြောတဲ့အခါမှာtranslate လုပ်နေရတဲ့အဆင့်တစ်ဆင့်ပိုနေရပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်အားလေးကိုကျွန်တော်ဒီနေ့သင်ပေးခြင်းနဲ့ကိုကအင်္ဂလိပ်စကားတတ်တယ်အင်္ဂလိပ်စကားတတ်တဲ့နေရာလေးအင်္ဂလိပ်စကားကိုကောင်းမွန်စွာပေါ့နော် fluent ဖြစ်ပြောနိုင်တဲ့အဆင့်ထိရောက်ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့သွားတဲ့နည်းကိုကျွန်တော်သင်ပေးပါမယ်เนาะအဲ့ဒါကတော့ဘယ်လိုလဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့အင်္ဂလိပ်လိုဒီနေ့ဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီနေ့သင်ခန်းစာကိုကျွန်တော်တက်နိုင်သမျှအင်္ဂလိပ်လိုပြောပြီးသင်ခြင်းနဲ့အဲ့လိုဆိုအဆင်ပြေမလားမသိခင်ဗျကျွန်တော်ဒီနေ့အင်္ဂလိပ်စာဒီ class ကိုကျွန်တော်အင်္ဂလိပ်လိုပြောပြီးသင်ကြည့်မယ်เนาะအင်္ဂလိပ်လိုပြောမယ်ဆိုရင်ကျွန်တော်အရင်အခက်ခဲကြီးစလုံးတွေမသုံးပါဘူးကျွန်တော် simple sentence ပေါ့เนาะစာအကြောင်းကိုလွယ်လွယ်ကူကူနဲ့တူတူလေးနဲ့သုံးမယ်เนาะအကယ်၍အဲ့တော့အားလုံးကိုကျွန်တော်အခုအကူရင်တစ်ခုတောင်းနေတာပေါ့เนาะအနီးနားမှာစာရွက်တော့မဟုတ်မှတ်စရာစာအုပ်တစ်ခုချထားပါပေါ့เนาะအကယ်ကျွန်တော်စကားပြောနေနဲ့နားမလည်စလုံးရှိလို့ရှိရင်တစ်ချက်ကိုအဆင်ပြေလို့မှတ်လိုက်ပေါ့စလုံးမောင်းအတိအကျမသိရင်လည်းနီးစရာပေါ့နော်တစ်ခုနဲ့ခြာရေးမှတ်လိုက်ပါเนาะအဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်အင်္ဂလိပ်လိုစာပြီးသင်ကြည့်မယ်เนาะ Okay, welcome everyone from the class. Today we're going to be talking about how to think in English. So as you can see, I have learned that almost everyone in the class are good in English in terms of vocabulary, in terms of grammar formats, and in terms of grammatical syntaxes. You have a quite nice proficiency there. But what's stopping you from speaking a good English, proficient English, is that you are trying to translate every single word, every single sentence in your head before you speak out. For example, when you want to say something or when you want to hold a conversation with a native speaker, then the first thing I'm pretty sure the first thing you will do is that you will try to think of the conversations, a sentence in our own mother language, and then you take a time to translate it into English. Then you say it out loud. So is it bad? It's not actually bad, but it's not very proficient. For example, by doing that, you can actually say sentence in a good structure and in the exact meaning, but it takes a little bit time to translate that. And since you have been doing that for so long, and it's kind of hinder you, it's kind of holding you back from speaking a good English, a good and responsive English, because you're so scared that you might make grammatical error or vocabulary error. So what I'm going to do today is I will share about the technique and way how you can streamline your English. To streamline, it's when you have a thought, you can streamline, you can say it directly, you can convert it directly into a sentence so that you can hold conversations with high fluency and high responsiveness. Okay, so if any of you cannot how to say catch up with the class, or if you're having difficulty understanding the language, I would recommend you to write down what you don't understand first in your book and then ask me later. And I will try to speak English in the slowest possible way and in the simplest possible way. And since I'm not since I'm also how should I say? Since I'm also a learner in English, so I might also make some grammatical mistake too. So I just want to imply that English is not our mother language, so we all make mistake, and it's not something to be embarrassed or to be ashamed. What matters is that we use English to communicate. So if the person you're communicating to understand what you try to say and understand your idea, then it's what this we can call a successful conversations, a successful communications. Oh, wait, what can I accept? Oh yeah, okay. So without further ado, let's start the class. Since I've recorded this class, and if you want to review and look back again, you can always check it back in Google Drive, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we will have a review first. So what are the simple steps to induce English thought? Like I have said before, the old method that we have been using is when we try to speak a sentence, we first think in Burmese, then we try to translate it, and then after that, when we have a perfectly translated sentence, we say it out, we speak it out to the listener. And when the listener is talking, we try to translate it like one by one to one directly translations. And then after we understand and comprehend the sentences, we try to think of the response. So I would say it's not the best and it's not the efficient way to hold a conversations. So in order to have a conversations in English proficiently, you have to think and you have to streamline your thought. So I try to separate the method into three parts. The first one is called active learning, and the second one is called passive learning, and the third one is called controlled. So what do we mean by active learning and passive learning and controlled? So before we get into this study things, I would like to share about my English journey, how I've learned English since from my childhood, in my childhood. So oh wait, I've got a message. Oh, sorry. You don't have to be sorry. It's okay. It's okay. We understand everyone have different schedule and everyone might be doing something else, so it's fine. And as long as you are participating the class, I appreciate that. And then if you think you may missed out, or if you want to review back the class, you can always check back this recording in the Google Drive. Okay, so I will try to speak as much as possible in English in the easiest possible English. Okay, so I will share about my English journey. So let me take out my notes. Actually, I've prepared a lesson note because today we will not be talking about the difficult grammar pattern or the exercises. You all just have to understand and try to absorb what I will try to speak. So by the end of the try to evaluate yourself. By the end of the lesson, if you can understand more than 50%, give yourself a clap because you have a good listening. And if you can understand more than 80%, it's pretty good. It's brilliant. Okay. So I'm gonna share about my English journey. So oh wait, another okay. Okay. Okay, as you all know, my name is So, and I was born in 1998, which was 23 years old, 23 years ago, sorry. So you can say I am 23 years old, and I was born in a middle class family. I have 25 cousins from my father's side, and for my sibling, the direct sibling, I have two siblings. I have one older brother who is 10 years older than me, and I have one older sister who is 7 years older than me, and she is married. And since we were young, we live in a big family because I have a lot of cousins. And on my father's side, we have 25 cousins, and we live together with around I have how to say my immediate cousin, my direct cousin, immediate cousin, the cousin, the cousin who was born from my aunt and uncle, not my cousin aunt and cousin uncle. So we call immediate cousins. So I live with around let me count around 10. Mm. All of my cousins, they all go to international school, and my family, me, my brother, and my sister, so my sibling and I, we went to government school. So since we were young, we have this a bit difference between our family and the siblings, sorry, the cousins. So the cousins would speak better English, and they will know better English. They will know more they will know more complex vocabulary than me. So during our playtime, I would have some difficulty with my cousins. I'm not trying to imply that my cousins are bully or my cousins are really bad to me or my cousins try to act superior upon me. I just want to say that since they know better English, I always feel inferior. I always feel embarrassed and I always feel scared to have a conversation with them because they will try to use words that I don't know, or they will sometimes hold an English conversation without me. So it's like they're trying to isolate me. It's not that they're a bad person. They're good. We still talk to each other, but it's just that they know better English and I don't know. So I felt left out sometimes. And since they attend the international school, they will know better words. For example, like by the time I know the word big, they would know complex word, higher words like enormous or huge or giant. So I've never heard of this word, and I was feeling completely lost when they hold conversations. And when we play puzzle or when we play computer games, for example, like a puzzle where we put the jigsaw puzzle, and they can name all the countries in the world, like Egypt or some exotic country, some country that I've never heard of, and I feel very bad. So I always have this inferior, and I always think like, oh, I will never be good at English, or I can never be with the same level like my cousins because I went to governmental school and they went to English school. And there's one thing that happens to me when I was young. And I think it was when I was 8. One of my cousins, his name is Gang Gang. So he asked me one day, he brought his exercise book and he asked me, big brother, and he's younger than me. So big brother, can you help me write my name in English? This is my exercise book and I'm going to take it to school. So I was like, sure, why not? I can spell your name in English. So he said like, I asked him like, how do you want to be called? Do you want to be called by your actual names or your nickname? His nickname is Gang Gang. So I was like, he said like, oh yeah, I want to be called by my nickname. I want to go by my nickname. So I said, sure. And I write down, do you know what I write down? I write down his name as COW cow, COW cow. I didn't spell like KAUNT cow. It was like very, very, very funny moments. And 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 I get a little older, and then it was in my 6th grade. No, it was in my 7th grades that my mom admit me. My mom sent me to one English class. It's not an expensive class. It's just a normal class. That class was one of the best experience in my life. The English language school, it's called Vitamin, VITAMI, and Vitamin. It's still there. My teacher, she has been teaching English since we were young. The business is still going on, and it was one of the best experiences in my life. So when I first arrived to the school, the teacher asked me, so the student in class should have English nickname. So my teacher asked me, how would I be called? How do I want to be called by? How do I want to be called? I told him, yeah, you can call me Daniel. So Daniel is my first English name. And vitamins has been a good experience to me. Um, while I was in vitamin, I learned about the English basic words and everything. What surprised me, what motivated me is that every day we have a scenario that we have to do a role play, and we have how does it small projects. One time the teacher asks, sorry. So one time the teacher gave us the shopping list, and she told us that you are going to buy all these ingredients in the list provided in the nearby supermarket, and then there's one rule: you all can communicate only in English. It was very challenging for me. It was like we were kids or around, I guess, 12 years old. Me and my friend were just talking in English. It was like very terrifying because like we're in a local supermarket and we're speaking in English. And when we come back, we all cook, and then the teacher say that you can cook, but you have to instruct each other in English. It was very good experience. So you all might be thinking like, okay, it might be some high English classes. No, it's actually a very affordable class. It's just that my teachers are very wonderful. They're very helpful, and they teach us in a good way that we can follow up and we can foster how to think in English. So what the center, the English Language Center, focused on was not the how to say the grade exam, not for the English for the examinations. They mainly focus on English for proficiency, how we can foster the English thought and English speaking. And I was attending that class for like more than, I think, 2 years or 3 years. And then we also have another project where we have to go visit Sri Lankan Pagoda, and then out there we have to find the nearest foreigner and talk to them in English. It was also very challenging, but I pretty much enjoyed my time in Vietnam. And then while I was in that class, I have one aspiration, is that I want to learn more about the academic English. I would say academic English is something that is different from the basic English. You will not normally find academic English in a business books or the how to say the university textbook, or the kind of English that the news announcer would use. It's kind of I would say I'm more inclined to academic English than the daily conversations because I like the accents. For example, I like accents where the accent is calm, bold, and dignified. I like that kind of accents which can give me, how to say, a sense of confidence. And now that I've grown older, my English journey has been getting better and better because I have such good foundations when I was young. And then now, since you all know that I've graduated from a university from Thailand, so I'm also learning Thai. So I try to use the same framework, the same thing of how I learn English, and I try to implement the same thing in my Thai language study. So how do I teach myself to be proficient in Thai? I didn't go for the hard, difficult grammar pattern. I just go for the basic rule that I have to know. And then once I've learned enough of the basic rule in Thai, and then I try to train myself to think in Thai. For example, Thai language is very similar to Burmese language. In what way, you will ask? It's very similar in kind of in tone. For example, Burmese language is a tonal language. Since you all know that Burmese language, we have three tones, right? Ah, ah, ah. So you can say that Burmese language is a tone register language. Tone register language is a language where the words meaning can change, differentiate with the slight changes in tone. Okay. So the same things for Thai language. In Thai language, there are 5 tones. Just for general knowledge, I'm going to share. Burmese, we have 3 tones. Ah, ah, ah. Thai have 5 tones. Ah, 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 ah. So there's 5 tones. And all of the 5 tones, they have different meanings. For example, I will pronounce the word KAO in 5 different tones, and then each of that have different meaning. Cow, cow, it means white. Wait, I've got a message. No. I will not. I will not ask. That's a product for later. But sure, I will keep that in mind. I will try to. I will try. Okay, that's going to be the later assignment. So okay, I'm going to continue. So cow in Thai, it's mean white. Cow. It means news. The news as in the name. Cow. It's mean the rice that we eat. Cow. It's mean you. Oh, sorry, he and she, the third person. And cow. It's like Pu Khao. It's a mountain. So you can see that Thai and Burmese is a tone register language. So which means that we can differentiate or separate the meanings of the word by tone. Whereas English is a different one. English is a stress register language. So I will try to say one word in different stress. Advertise, advertise, advertise to Jonya, right? But if I change the stress a little bit, then you will see that most of the people will not understand much at all. Advertise, advertise. It's the wrong way to say that word. So you can say that English is a stress register word. Okay, so enough with the general knowledge sharing. So what I try to do in English is that I try to learn the basic rule. As I said, Thai is a tonal language, so I try to understand the 5 tones and the basic grammar and some vocabulary. And then I start to think in Thai. So how do I think in Thai? I try to how to say describe the thing that is happening around me, describe the feeling that I'm having around me. For example, the feeling that I would have right now is hunger. I would say, oh, suddenly all of a sudden I'm feeling hungry. I wonder what do I have in my fridge? Ah, maybe I might have some sausages and bread that I bought yesterday. Should I make some bread and sausages? Should I make some sandwiches? Well, that would be delightful since I don't want to have rice anymore. Since I'm bored of having rice every day. Stuff like that. You just have to describe the things around you or the feeling that you're having in the basic sentences. You don't have to go like you don't have to go all academics and say like however, because, such as, meanwhile, using all this conjunction and transition. You don't have to do that. You just have to use a basic sentence and then try to expand your vocabulary as you go by. So same as that. And then, for example, I will pick up one thing beside me. It's a pen. I was like, oh, it's a pen. What do I use it? I use the pen to write. Oh, the pen color is red. So I will use a blue pen to write and the right pen to mark, something like that, right? So that's what I would do. So for example, I will, out of blue, I would just say like, suppose that I'm hungry, right? I was like, oh, I can speak in Thai, right? So I try to. This is what happened to me in my brain. I'm hungry. So what I think is that okay, I'm hungry, and then what do I want to eat, and then where do I have that things, and then how will I have it, and what is the reason of having that thing, right? You just have to go with like 5W1H. Who, what, when, where and why and how. You just have to describe a situation, a feeling, or a thing, an object nearby in 5W1H. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Right? You don't have to go all academics and use the transitional words or the conjunctions using like meanwhile, so as, such as, in spite of. You don't have to go all complex and complicated. You can just go by simple sentences, right? So that's what I would do in Thai. Okay, I will speak a little bit in Thai just to show like how does it feel, right? อยู่ดีๆก็หิวเนาะเรากินอะไรดีว่าเราอยากกินให้อื่นแต่เรามีข้าวเราเบื่อข้าวแล้ว something like that. What I just say like all of a sudden I'm hungry. What should I eat? Actually, I think I don't want to eat rice anymore. I don't have to rice. I don't want to have rice anymore. Something like that. It just the feeling that you have in your mind out of blue. It doesn't have to be like so complicated or so academic. Something like that. And then another thing is that by doing that, you may encounter some words that you're not familiar with. You will, for instance, there will come some situation where you want to say one thing in English, but you don't know that thing. Wait, let me read the chat. Out of blue. Yeah, out of blue. It's mean suddenly. 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 You without any planning. Out of blue. Yeah. Right. And then okay, let me read my lecture notes because I have a lot of things to share, so I don't remember everything. And then what you can do is like every day we wake up, we have a lot of activities. We can describe that thing in English in your targeted language. For example, if you're learning English, then you will try to think in English. But if you're learning Chinese, then you can think of these activities in Chinese. So just choose your targeted language. Okay. And one more thing that I would like to recommend or give advice is that it's good to understand slang and slur. So what does it mean? What do I mean by slur? SLUR slur. Slur means say so it's good to understand slang and slur, but I would not recommend to use it. I would recommend to refrain from using it because we are what we consume, meaning that we speak what we listen, right? We speak what we accumulate in our brain, what we gather in our brain. So if you're very, how to say, friendly, if you get very familiar with using slang and slur, then your language might not be very good, right? Your language might not be suitable to use in business area or academic area, right? So I would say it's good to understand slang and slur, but try to refrain from using it. So we are what we consume. Try to cultivate a good environment, right? Okay, let me read my study notes. Another thing is that so you always think like, oh, okay, it's good when you say that, but how can we actually do it when we are living in a country, when we are living in Myanmar, when we're living in a country where most of the people, most of the population doesn't speak English in every day. So what I want to say, like we encounter mostly with our mother tongue for 14 hours every day. So maybe like 8 hours we sleep and then 2 hours we just like wash, take a shower, something like that. And the rest of the 14 hours we encounter mostly with our mother tongue. So we're forced to think, speak, and converse. To converse is to talk, converse, conversations, okay? So we're forced to use Burmese words only. So our goal is to foster English thought as much as possible. So I will give you some time to reflect on your daily life. So this is assignment for you. We can do it right now. So think of your day-to-day life. Think of your daily life. Once you wake up from your bed, what do you do? Think of all the activity that you normally do until you go to bed. So I will give you 1 minute. Just think of it, right? And then let's see what we can do, how we can describe. Let's see which of the activity we can do in English. For example, it could be something like, for example, I would wake up around like 8:30 or 9, and then I will wash my face. And then while washing face, I can talk to myself in English. For example, okay, now I'm picking up the soap, or now I'm picking up the facial foam, and I'm putting a small amount of the facial foam on my palm, and I'm rubbing it to produce lather. LATH lather means အမြုပ်စက်ပြအမြုပ်ကို lather လို့ခေါ်တယ် LATH lather. I'm rubbing my palm to produce lather, and then I apply it and I put it on my face to wash my face. So, and then I clean my face with water. So what I want to say is that we can try to think of these, and we can try to narrate, we can try to instruct ourselves in English while doing all these activity, right? And then after that, I work and I talk with my colleagues, with my boss or my subordinates. Subordinates, it means someone who works under me. Colleagues or colleagues means someone who work together, like same how to say, same rank, same rank. And subordinate is someone who works under me, and then my bosses is someone who works on me, right, who's above me in the management line. And then after that, I will have lunch, I'll have my meal. Normally I skip breakfast and I like to combine my breakfast with lunch. And then while having lunch, I can instruct myself in English, like, okay, now you're taking the plate and now you're putting the rice in your plate. What curry do we have today? Oh, mom, she cooked chicken. Today she cooked chicken curry with potato. Oh, it's a nice curry, but unfortunately I don't like chicken. The thing is that I don't like chicken with bones. I don't like the chicken bone. I don't like the chicken skin. I only like the chicken meat. So whenever my moms would cook the chicken curry, I will only eat the meat part. I'm very picky eater, and I will only eat the potato. So and then my style of eating, I like to eat my rice with a lot of curry, a lot of liquids. You would say a lot of curry, and then I'll mix it, and then eat the meat and the potato, and then something like that. And then I would like to have a cup of drink, be it Coca-Cola or some, how to say, sweet drinks, and then I will eat like that. So I can talk to myself, it's chicken curry, but unfortunately I don't want to eat the bone, or I don't want to eat the skin. Okay, I guess I can cut only the meat part and eat. Something like that. You can narrate yourself in English. So try to reflect, try to think of the activity that you will do, right? From waking up until you sleep, right? And then once you think of the activity that you do normally, try to replace it. Try to think of which of the activities, which of these activity can be done in English. And another thing that we can do is like we can set up a daily planner, how we're sticking to the plan, something like that. And another thing is that, let me read one. Um, Another thing is that when you are learning a new thing, for example, like a new vocabulary or a new knowledge, a new concept, for example, you're learning the concept of, how to say, voting, or the constitutions, or the constitution systems in America, something like that, a new concept of a new knowledge or a new concept, then don't try to translate everything into Burmese. It's very bad, because as I've explained before, Burmese and English, it's a different language. No language is similar. In fact, Burmese and English have different roots. We are Asians, we're from Tibeto-Burman, and they're from Europeans. So the way we perceive words, the way we think, it's totally different. It's very obvious. Even the grammar form is different. So trying to connect one-to-one connections, trying to make one-to-one connections between words is totally mess, right? So never do that. So whenever you learn a new concept of knowledge, a new word, try to understand them in English. What I want to say is that stop using bilingual dictionary. Bilingual dictionary, it's a dictionary which describe a word in two language. So there's like one word in English, and then it will be explained in Burmese. It's called bilingual dictionary, two language. Bilingual mean two language, and thesaurus. Thesaurus. So you will ask like, what is thesaurus? Thesaurus is actually here in bullet number 4. Thesaurus. Thesaurus is, it's a dictionary. It's a type of dictionary, but it doesn't explain the words meaning. It shows you the similar words and how you can use them. So what the difficulty that you're having right now is, we all grown up studying English by translation, not by learning how to actually use them, right? That's the problem. So we understand every English word, but we don't know how to use it. That's because our education systems has been focused on translations. So if you're given a sentence, you can translate very perfectly because you know the sentence, you know the grammar, right? You can translate, but you cannot use it. Meaning that you cannot hold a very long conversations in English. The longer you hold the conversations in English, the worse it becomes. The words mean your grammar forms or the choice of vocabulary, it become worse. So we were taught to translate words rather than how to use English. Okay, so thesaurus is very, very good because it shows you the other words which is similar meaning. This is what I suggested before. Whenever you want to expand your vocabulary or knowledge, I always suggested you to use the word synonyms. So I always ask you to use Google and try to find words like, what is another word for bilingual? What is the synonyms for bilingual? Something like that. And then whenever you learn a new concept, never try to explain yourself in Burmese. It just doesn't fit sometimes. It just doesn't fit. And in fact, I'm not trying to degrade my own language, but it's just that we're becoming more and more international. The world is getting closer every day. So trying to stick to one language, our own national language, it's not going to be helpful. you might not be going anywhere. You're gonna end up in your own country, and you're gonna lock up in yourself. So try to learn new thing, new concept in a new language. This way you can expand your knowledge broader, and you can be more international. And let me check my study notes. Okay, so this is most of the things that I've explained. So let's go to this bullet point one by one, and then I will try to guide you or direct you on how can you achieve and how can you induce English thought. Induce is to, how to say, to make or to make it happen, or to persuade, or to motivate, to encourage. Induce, it means to encourage or to motivate, to persuade, something like that. So there are two parts which I call active learning and passive learning. Active learning is you learn something by doing. Passive learning is you learn unconsciously in background. The first thing what you can do is like look around yourself, your surrounding. There are a lot of objects, right? You can describe all of the objects in Burmese or in your language. But if I ask you to describe those objects in English, maybe you might not be able to identify, you might not be able to describe 100% at all. Maybe you might have some tricky words. For example, if I ask you to describe what is this, you may know this thing in Burmese, which is sagana. But if I ask you like out of blue, if I ask you like, okay, do you know how to call this one in English? It was like, some people might struggle. Oh, how do I call this one in English? Is that a picker? What is that? Something like that, right? So try to label and describe the objects in English. And if you don't know what this is mean in English, you can search on Google by describing the use of it. So for example, this is the thing that we use to pluck out the hair, right? Right? So on Google, I will search like things that we use to take out the hair. It might have it will show you two options, a scissor, gaji, or this one. So this one is called tweezer, a tweezer. A tweezer, it's something that you use to take out your hair, right? It's a tweezer. Stuff like that. Actually, I can't find anything in my room it's strange, but I bet that's a lot of things around you. So you can do like that. And then even though, for example, you know this thing, this is a remote control. But even if you know how to call this one, try to describe its uses in English. You don't have to explain to me, you just have to explain yourself. For example, if you have free time, just look around and try to describe three things around you. I will describe this thing. This is a remote control. It is used to control the air condition behind me. We can use this remote control to change the temperature, right? The speed or the mode of the air conditions, right? That's how you just describe it. You don't have to use very difficult words. You just have to use basic English and basic words, basic language that you know. And another thing that I can describe, for example, is this one. A charger, right? It's a charger. So it's a charger that can charge the battery of my phone. How to use it? I can just plug this one in the plug, switch on, turn on the plug, and then it can power. It can charge, it can refill the battery of my phone. Just that. You don't have to explain to me, you just have to explain yourself. And while you're doing so, you will encounter a word that you want to use, a word that you only know in Burmese, but you don't know in English. So if you have those kind of words, note it down and then try to look up the dictionary, right? Okay, another thing that I will show you is this one. It's a file holder. Right? So what does it do? So normally when we describe things, we use this method, 5W1H. Who, what, when, where, why, How, right? Who owns this one? It's my file holder. What it is? It's a file holder. And how do we use it? A file holder is a thing that I can put files, books, and paper, and so that to keep them organized, right? And we can describe the shape. It's a rectangular shape with a triangle cut out. So what does it mean by cut out? I will say this in Burmese. ဒါကပါလေကျွန်တော်စတူရန်ပုံသဏ္ဍာန်ဒါပေမဲ့တရိကံပုံသဏ္ဍာန်ဖြတ်ထားတယ် It's a square shape but with a triangle cut out and it's a hollow thing hollow ဆိုတော့အတွင်းကလိုင်းပေါ့နော် it's look like a bag 8 နဲ့တူတယ် or a container ထဲစရာပစ္စည်းထုနဲ့တူတယ် where you put the things right and then I have just described how we can use this material, this object, or this thing, right? And then why do I use it? I use this thing to organize my file, my books, my documents. And then when do I use it? I use it whenever I have a lot of documents incoming, a lot of incoming documents. I use it to organize my documents, files, and books. Okay, so that's how you would describe. So the first thing is label and describe the objects in English. If you learn a new word, then you can use a sticky note and label that thing. Like, okay, this is apple, this is banana, this is charger, this is remote control. You can label and then you can try to describe that thing, right? And then second one is narrate your surrounding and feelings. We're not living in an isolated island. We're living in society. So a lot of things can happen, right? Even in our family, a lot of things can happen. My mother is cooking, my father is using telephone, my father is using Facebook, or my sister is walking with her dog, or my brother is playing with my cat, something like that. And the feelings, and what do I feel right now? Okay, I'm feeling nervous, I'm feeling anxious, or I'm feeling hungry, something like that. Or I'm feeling tired from all the work, so I'm feeling happy, or from all the activity that I've done before, something like that. You can narrate your feelings and your surrounding, and you can just describe in 5 ways, the same way, like who, what, when, where, why, and how. Just do that thing. You can actually speak it out loud, or you can just do everything in your brain, in your head. And you can also describe your daily activities in English. For example, what am I doing right now? I am teaching English. I'm teaching English to the class participants. And when do I teach English? I teach English every Thursday, 8 p.m. And what do I teach? I teach the basic English and how to think in English, stuff like that. I can describe about the lecture that I'm teaching and why do I teach English, something like that. And how do I teach English? I teach English using Zoom applications. And my class attendants or my class participants, they attend my class using Zoom application, something like that. You can describe your daily activities in English. Like I've done before, if you're about to have lunch, you can describe your activity. Okay, now I'm picking up the plate, I'm putting the rice. When you're putting the rice, you can have your opinion. Is it too much? Is it too little? Should I put one more spoon? Something like that. It's easy sentence, right? You can construct a very simple accent. Very simple sentences, right? Am I putting too much? Am I putting too little? Should I put one more spoon? Should I take out one more spoon? Something like that. It's very simple. It's very easy. You can do it, right? And then after that, okay, I'm bringing my plate to the table. I'm putting the curry. Okay, now I'm opening the refrigerator. I'm opening the freezer to take out the juice bottle. Oh, I just remember, I forgot to take a glass from the kitchen. Okay, now I'm walking to the kitchen to take a glass. Now I'm pouring the juice into my glass. Wow, the juice looks so frizzy. Frizzy ဆိုတာကကြောင့် carbonated drinks အများတော့အမျိုးတစ်စီဖြစ်တယ်အဲ့ဒါ frizzy လို့ခေါ်တယ် Oh my god oh my God, the drink looks so frizzy. I want to drink it right now. You can have opinion on that, right? Something like that. You just have to describe your thing. For example, if you're going to take shower, you can be like, oh, I think I should take a shower. I'm not feeling fresh. I think taking shower will help me to fresh up my mood. And then when you go to the shower, you can like, should I use this soap or should I sing? Something like that. For me, whenever I take shower, I like to sing. So the thing that happens in my brain, it's not about the process of shower. It's about like what kind of song should I sing to entertain myself? Something like that. I was like, today should I sing that song? Oh no, 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 no. I have sing that song yesterday. I think I should sing another song, something like that. Things like that. You just have to describe your activity in simple sentences. And then I'm pretty sure every one of us have learned about the complex sentences. So as we're getting proficient with the simple sentences and as we're getting confident with the simple sentences, we can continue and we can move on. We can step up to the complex sentences, stuff like that, right? You can do all of this either by speaking out loud or thinking in your brain. And then number 4 and number 5 is it's about learning the new words. Whenever you want to know a word or a new word, start using bilingual dictionary and thesaurus. Never use a mono. Sorry, it's sorry. I think there's a typo. It's stop using. It's actually start using monolingual. It's supposed to be monolingual. Never use bilingual because I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, I never want to translate words into Burmese. Just try to never translate. Try to explain words into English. Okay, and then number 5 is stop learning exclusively. Exclusively mean only. Stop learning only through translations. It's very bad. As I've told before, the education that we have since we were young, it's all about translation. It was never about how to use English. So that's the reason why we all know a lot of words and grammar in English, but we actually don't know how to use them. Okay, another thing. So we've moved on to the another part, which is passive learning. Passive learning is something that is very important. I believe that if we don't have enough in our brain, we can't speak out. If we don't have enough input, then we can't have good output. So we need to immerse in the culture. Cultural immersions mean you try to mimic or fake, you try to create a fake England or America around you. So this is my room, and what I will do to make myself familiar with English language. Whenever I would wake up, I just turn on English songs to lift my moods up, and whenever I'm having a meal or a snack, or whenever I'm just chilling, I try to turn on an English speaking video on YouTube, a random video. It doesn't have to be specific topic. I just want to hear them speak English. I may not be giving attention. I may be just like using my phone. I just turn on the YouTube because I'm feeling lonely and bored. I just want to hear some people talking. I just turn on YouTube. Doesn't have to be a topic that I'm interested in. I just like, and then I just use my phone. That's all. That's cultural immersion. You try to surround yourself with English, like English speaking videos, English sound, just that. And you can achieve that by listening to songs, or playing songs in background, or listening to podcasts, or listening some programs or some playlists from YouTube. So that's the active learning and passive learning. So how can we have control? We have to control ourselves. You can't just do one thing. You can't just do all of the things for one day and then boom, you know everything in English. No, it's not possible. You have to do it every day. You need to have consistency. Consistency, it means you need to do the same thing for a long period of time. You need to be sane every day. You need to be consistent. Consistent. Sorry, wrong stress. It's not consistent. It's consistent. You need to be consistent every day. And what do I mean by daily corrections? So okay, another thing that annoys us, another thing that we're worried about speaking English is making mistake. We're not sure whether we are making mistake or not. So if in that case you can write down what you're thinking or what you're talking, and then you can have me correct you. You can just send it to me and ask me like, I think I thought about this sentence. Is it right or wrong? Something like that. You can ask me to correct. And the third thing is to set up a daily planner and some rules. For example, you will set up a daily planner. I will be thinking in English for 1 hour today. Or I will thinking for in English for 10 minutes today. It's a daily planner. Or I will do this activity only in English. Something like that. And the rule is that to be strict on yourself. For example, myself, I like cooking very much, and I want to be news announcer. So I pretend that I was a reality star. So I pretend that they're like paparazzi or cameramen following around me, and then I'll pretend like, okay, today I'm gonna go to work or I'm on a taxi. I pretend that I'm like one of the Kardashian's family member, and pretend that like there are a lot of like how to say paparazzi behind me or the news reporter around me, and I just talk to myself, oh, I'm a celebrity, I'm going to describe everything I'm going to do. It happens in my brain. Or whenever I'm making food, I like to cook, I can cook. Whenever I'm making food, I talk to myself, or I pretend as if I'm in a cooking show. So what I would do, like, first take out the chicken from the fridge and then defrost it, wash it nicely, and then cut it into bite size or cut it into big size, big chunks, something like that. I just pretend to myself, and then I just pretend that I'm a cook, and then I will cut the onions, dice up, and then fry it in the pan until it turns golden, until it turns until it caramelize. To caramelize, it's to cook the onion until it turns golden. Something like that. I just pretend that I'm a chef or I'm a reality star or I'm a cooking show contestant, something like that. Just be creative. You can do whatever you want in your own mind, right? And whenever I have to dress up after taking shower, and whenever I have to dress up, I pretend that I'm a fashion star. And I pretend like, okay, today I'm gonna go into this event. This event is very famous. So I have to wear something beautiful, something pink, something red, something blues, just like that. Be creative. Or and I also use a lot of cosmetics. I like to take care of my skin, so I don't use much products. I only use like 2 or 3 products. So in front of my mirror, I will pretend that I'm a beauty blogger, and I will talk to, and I will pretend as if I'm on the live camera. I will hold product and say like, okay, today I'm going to be sharing you about my beauty routine. This is the first product that I'm going to use. I'm going to be using toner. This product I bought from this place, that place. And I'm going to use cotton pad and clean my face. Okay, after I finish with the toner, I'm going to use this moisturizer or these acne's medicine or this sunscreen, something like that. Just be creative. I know a lot of um we have a lot of participants in the class. Some people might be interested in cooking. Some people might be interested in clothes. Some people might be interested in cosmetic, something like that. So just be creative and try to pretend that you're a reality star and someone is following you, recording your daily activity, and you have to explain what you're doing. And once you do it every day proficiently, then your thought will be streamlined and your words will become smoother and more proficient. Okay, so this is the overview, and I'm gonna go into one by one. Okay, so this is just most of the thing I have already talked. Use simple words, narrate your surrounding and feeling, and describe the surrounding with language you already know, and note down words you don't know. And how can you describe things? Just the thing that I said: who, what, when, where, why, and how. Who are you with? What are they doing? What do you see? When does it happen? Where is it? Why does it happen? Why is she in bad mood? Why is he in bad moods? Or why is she in good mood? And how does it work? Something like that. And every evening, my brother-in-law, my sister, and I will go downstairs to walk our dog. And then I'll pretend that I'm a celebrity and someone's following around me. I always pretend like, oh, it's my dog. And then just pretend that I'm describing about my dog to a TV show. Oh, it's my dog. He's this type. He's this year old. He likes to eat this thing. He's very playful. Something like that. Just be creative. Just pretend that you're a superstar and someone's following you and you're describing everything. Okay. Or another thing that you can do is you can write a journal. Wait, let me show you my journal. Oh, okay, it's here. Okay, so this is my journal. This is my journal. It's a diary. It's a diary. So I will share you a little bit about my journaling history. So I start journaling. Since I've told you before, I attend the English class when I was in 7th grade. So by the time I reach 8th or 9th grade, my English was very nice, very good. It's already above intermediate. Now that I'm advanced level, it's already, by the time I was like 9th grade, I was already at the upper intermediate level. So how do I do journaling at that time? I was actually very lazy to write. You can actually see that my handwriting is very sloppy, right? It's very cursive and it's very sloppy. It's hard to, it's because I don't like to write. It's very time consuming. Most of the time, people can't understand my writing because I have a very bad handwriting. That's the reason I don't get distinction when I was in 10th grade. So when I was in 9th grade, the country start to change. Myanmar start to change. We all start to have smartphone, right? When I was in 9th grade, my father gave me the second-hand handphone from my brother, because since I was in 9th grade, I have to go to the evening class tuitions, and then I have to call to my father when to pick me up, something like that. So he gave me a second-hand smartphone from my brother. Unfortunately, that smartphone doesn't have internet. I can only call and accept call. I can only make call or accept call. So I don't have a chance to use Google to find out the words that I don't know. So how do I do journaling? I just open the note in my smartphone. I write down what I feel or what I see. I use English language genuinely because I don't want people to read mine and understand. I feel like if I write things in English, people will not understand, and it's good. And if there are words that I don't know how to say in English, I avoid using Burmese words. I put it in a bracket. Like I would say, like today I eat in the bracket a food something something something. I try to describe that vocab, a noun or a verb in a bracket. Mm. And then after that, I would try to look at words in English when I have a chance to go to the internet cafe shop, and I try to look at that word, and then I refill it. I rewrite my journal. That's how I start journaling. So you will see that if you read a lot of my notes, you would see there are some instances where I can't find the exact word for exact word and exact content. So I just describe it in a general sense. The place where we all go to take shower, a bathhouse. The place where Korean people stay in a hot room with water vapor, sauna, right? Sauna. You know sauna, right? Tridokan. It's a place. It's a Korean bathhouse where people sit in a lot of hot steam or vapor, right? Suppose I don't know the word sauna, I would describe like that. So how would I say I want to go to a place, a Korean bathhouse where people would sit down in a hot steam. What I want to say is I want to go to sauna. So I would just write like that. And then gradually my English become better. I know more and more words. So that's how I do journaling. And then 9th grade, 10th grade, I start to journaling. And then what changed is that when I arrived to Bangkok, everything's changed because I can't speak English. And by the time I reach Bangkok, I don't know how to speak Thai as well. So there's only one language that I can use, like English. So my English improved a lot more. And this is the books that I've been using since Bangkok. Actually, it's already done. I've already written a lot. So I'm on to a new book. This is my new book. Actually, this is, I think, the third or fourth books I've been using. So I just keep on writing in journal. my journal, it's a lot of things I write. It's not my dictionary. I just write everything, or a new knowledge that I learned, or a new thing that I learned, a new phrase, or a cool song lyric that I like, something like that, or a new songs that I want to listen, something like that. In my journal, I also note down things that I do as well, especially good things that I do, because we all know that everyone have good moods and bad moods some days, and sometimes there are days, some days I feel very down, I feel very depressed, and I don't know how to comfort myself. In those times, what I do is I open my book and read everything, read all the good things I've done. This way I can motivate myself. Wow, so you're not, wow, son, you're not a bad person anymore. You're not stupid. Actually, you've done good things. So you don't have to feel bad. You've done good things as well. So lift your mood and try to stay, try to do more good things, something like that. I think everyone can relate. There are some days that you don't like yourself at all. You feel very stupid, you feel very ugly or something like there's something that you don't like yourself. In those days, I'll just open my journal and then read all the good things I've done and how to say, lift up my moods or save myself from depression, something like that. Actually, I have a depression. I have anxiety disorder. So actually, I've been seeing a doctor, and this is the way how I cope up with my anxiety and depressions. Yeah, it's one of my life. I think a lot. I feel very anxious. I overthink. Yeah, I have anxiety disorder and a mild depression. Okay, so this is about my life. So back to the lessons. So we can write a journal or we can describe surrounding with language we already know. The language you already know means simple language. And how can we describe who, what, when, where, why, and how? Use the 5W and 1H. Okay. The next thing is talk to yourself. Same things. You can practice asking questions and giving replies. You can say stuff like, right now I'm sitting in my room. I'm feeling a bit hot. I would ask myself, are you feeling hot? I say, yeah, I'm feeling hot. I think I should change the temperature. Something like that. It's a simple question and reply. And I'll ask myself, are you feeling thirsty? Yeah, I'm feeling thirsty. Should I take some water? Oh, right. Yeah, I should take some water. Oh, do you still have that juice that you bought yesterday? So, not sure. I think I've drunk that one. I've already drunk that one in the morning. Something like that. You can ask yourself a question and give replies, right? And mimic a conversation in another language. Oh, sorry, it's not an, it's in another. It should be in. So you can mimic a conversation that you will have with a shopkeeper or a like or with your boss in English, something like that. And if you're stuck, note it down and ask your language partner, or you can ask your teacher. In your case, me. You can ask me. You can just like so how do you say this word in English? I only know in Burmese, right? Something like that, and it will be very helpful for your general conversations. If you do every of these steps, all of these steps every day, your English general English conversation will get better in approximately about a month. In 30 days, your English will be like better than where you are right now. And when do you know that your English has improved? You will know when your English has improved when you start dreaming in English. It's very weird. I have my first dream in English when I was in seventh grade. It was like 6 months after I attend that English class. It was one night, and then I dreamed in English. It was very funny. I dreamt of my parents talking to me, but they're talking in English. My mom, I've never heard of my mom talk English before because my mom, she knows English but she can't speak. So I've never heard of my mom's English accents or my father's. So I dreamt that they were speaking to me in English in my dream, but that's not their voice. But they're obviously speaking in English, and I was very happy because wow, finally my brain started to function in English. And then another proud moment that I have is that it's a little bit childish. I fight with my cousins in English. It was very weird. Like we're Burmese kids, but we fought in English. It was like it's a little bit cringe-worthy. Cringe. So it's a new word that you can learn. Cringe. CRING. Cringe. It's like and Jaina. It's a feeling that you have something is it's a feeling that you have someone is doing something shameful. For example, your friend she okay, you're going to market with your mother and your mother is bargaining. Your mother is bargaining with the shopkeeper too much, and then you will feel embarrassed and cringe. Embarrassed, cringe. It's like you will feel uncomfortable. It's called cringe. Cringe, it's a feeling of uncomfortable. Okay, so cringe is a feeling of uncomfort. Sorry, it's not uncomfortable. So yeah, it was one of the proud moments. I fought with my cousins in English. It was very nice, you know. I can just like shoot out words in English without making any single grammar mistakes. It was one of my it was one of the milestones that I have. So yeah, so you know it's going well. You can when you start dreaming in English, or you can fight in English. So and another thing is that yeah, the last thing, to mimic an immersions, you can start and end your day with English in English and create a fake England or American around you. You can turn on a radio, a playlist or TV program or a podcast in background. Like I said, I would whenever I have meals or whenever I want to chill, I just like turn on and I just turn on an English sounds or English speaking videos. I will not be focusing on that. I would just like using my phone, but I just want to listen some English. For in my case, I now that I'm okay with English, I would just like turn on a Thai music or Thai playlist or a Thai movie, may even a Thai news program. I just listen. I don't want to understand. Just like listen. And then another thing is that try to watch English series without Burmese subtitle. Burmese subtitle very bad. Never watch that. If you want to cheat, you can watch English series with English subtitle, but never watch English series with Burmese subtitle. That way you will never learn English. That's for sure. So always try to watch English series with English subtitle, and if you can do better, then without subtitle at all. Okay. And then the last thing that you can do is to mimic an immersion is that you can pretend that you're a chef in a cooking show or reality star or a beauty blogger or and then you're sharing your makeup routines or skincare routine or you're explaining about your daily life or your daily celebrity life, something like that. So okay, so this is the end of my lesson. So I just want to have a quick check. So can you can you tell me how many percentage do you understand? 50% above? Do you understand more than 50% of what I've said? Okay, I'm gonna ask one by one, no? So that I can make sure. So Myopa, she understands more than 50%. How about 80%? Myopa, do you understand more than 80%? More than 80, no? Okay, how about Zunzun? Do you understand more than 80%?
More than it ဘယ်လောက်ထိလဲဆိုရင်ကျွန်မ Facebook တော့နားထောင်
Okay, it's okay. And how about Tete?
Maybe over 90%, like that.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, how about Koyesi to go?
More than 80.
Okay, how about Matt A and Icho?
အမလည်းနားလဲပါတယ်အဆင်ပြေပါတယ်
Okay, how about Jamon?
Yes, I understand all.
Okay, good, brilliant.
Only somewhat. Yeah.
Okay, so how about Jalui? Okay, how about Matthew?
Maybe 18%.
Oh, 80%. That's nice. And how about Nile Tanze? Okay, good, brilliant, splendid. How about Mawi?
Yes, I understand above 80%.
Wow, that's really good. So I think most of you understand more than 80%. So it's really good start. So like I said, just mimic, just pretend that you're a chef in a cooking show, reality show, reality TV star, and you just like explaining your daily life to someone, to your follower, your fans, something like that. So I will give you one more thing. It's just a list of channel that you can go study. Uh-huh. I've already put that things in Google. Wait, why can't I open it? Oh yeah, okay. Uh okay. So there are useful YouTube channel that you should follow. The reason why I put most of the criteria that I chose to put them, it's based on the accent. So if their accent is good and if their choice of words is good, I put them in this list. So it is actually there's a typo. It should be IELTS Daily. I forgot one I on TEDx Talk, TEDx, and then BBC Learning English, English Jade, English with Lucy. This one a little bit difficult. Kazakh. Okay. It's a show where they explain about the idea. For example, like they discuss about opinions. For example, like what if we have dinosaurs with us right now? They talk about and they discuss about opinions. I think it's very interesting. And the infographic shows where they talk about the scenario and the informations that or the topics which are popular right now, something like that. The School of Life is one of my favorite channel as well, and it's actually talk about the things that young adults are having. We can say that the most of the participant right now in this class is young adult. We have the youngest as young as around 18, right? And then maybe from to up to 30, something like that. So we all fit into one category called young adult. So it talks about the problems of young adults, for example, like the financial problems, the relationship problems, the anxiety, depressions. Actually, this School of Life channel has been very helpful with my depressions. There are some days that I would feel very moody, very low mood with no reason because I have a mild depressions. Okay, I will talk about a little bit about my mild depressions. The reason is that when I was when I was 7 years old, my family went into bankrupt. My family business went bankrupt. So my parents lost their business. So we all just like become poor. Just like in a week. In a week, we just like lost our house, cars, everything. So my family have to stay separate for like almost 2 years. And I have to stay with my sister and at my grandparents' house, and while my parents have to live separately. I don't know why the reason is. So I have such bad feelings, and I was kind of like discriminated at my school because like the school that I went to is a little bit how would I say it's like kids there they're like kind of a little bit rich. So since I cannot spend the same amount of money, or since I cannot use the same type of Berg pencil, the same brand of pencil, or the same brands of bag, I was kind of discriminated, and that discriminations continued up until like my ninth grade, until ninth grade. So I was discriminated, and since I was like third grade until ninth grade, and what helped me to, survive my childhood, it's English actually. Reaching vitamins, learning English from vitamins was very good things. Actually, I was having very bad thoughts since in the childhood. I always think about like will I have food to eat in the dinner? That's a real thing. Like I keep worrying like will I have food to eat in the for dinner, or should I save up the money? What if my mom wants to take my pocket money? What if my mom can't give me the pocket money? Or what if my mom can't give my school ferry rent? What if my mom can't afford to make any more food the next day? Something like that. I have that constant anxiety since a young age, and that class is very helpful. The teacher is very understanding. She never asked me tuition fees. It was very cheap. The tuition fee was only £1 or $10. It's quite cheap. It's too how does it's such a bargain compared to the the quality of education that she is giving out. The quality of education that she is giving out, it's absolutely gold. It's absolutely brilliant. That's more than I can ever ask for. So since I was sixth grade, I started writing journal. I start to describe my feelings, like how I don't like my friends or how I felt at school, how I got bullied at school. I just write everything in my book, and then yeah, or that's how I start my habits of journaling. Yeah, so I have that kind of like anxiety since my childhood. So everything like they build up, and it just explodes when I become adult. When I become adult, I have a lot of difficulty, and especially when I was in my university as well. So this channel has been very helpful to me. It's actually helped me. How can I process my thoughts? Like how should I think and how should I value myself? How should I how should I position myself so that people respect me, and how should I respect other people, and how should I return their favor? One of the things that I was bullied for when I was in university or in my workplace is that I try too much of a good guy. I work too hard. I do a lot of good things too hard, and they take me for granted. They just think, oh yeah, he's just doing for free. We don't need to respect that. Something like that. That's the attitude that I was given all the time. So I have to go see a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist is a doctor who discuss about mental health, who directs you who help you clear your mind. Psychiatrists, they never give you advice. They never help you make decisions. They just tell you like, oh, this feeling happened because of these feelings, and this feelings you're being too. They would just tell you like whether you're being too emotional or too judgmental. They just help you clear your mind. They will never influence your thought. They will never influence your judgment. They will let you judge freely. So my psychiatrist, my doctor has been very helpful, and the medicine that I'm taking is very helpful, and also this channel as well. Okay, so how about the entertainment? I have some channel like the About to Eat Elvin. I don't know how to pronounce that one. It's like Joe or something, Elvin Joe or Inga Lam. They're my favorite YouTuber because the language that they're speaking, the accent is really nice. Both of them, they're Chinese. Elvin Joe, I think, is Chinese from mainland, and Inga is from Taiwan. So she's a Taiwanese. So they have very good English accent. And their choice of word is actually beautiful. They never use simple words, but they always use academic words. But the words that they choose, it's not difficult. It's easy to understand, but how do I say it's bold? It's like grand, great. It's a great choice of. They have great choice of word, and they have good accent as well. And English Heritage is the one that I've shared. I think last week, the cooking show, Mrs. Crocombe, the English Heritage, the Audley End House, and Jimmy Fallon Show, the Ellen Show. So you can add up later. So these are the shows that I normally enjoy watching. I just play one of their videos and maybe have my meals or do other things. So this is the end of my sharing sessions. I hope everyone is satisfied with what I have shared today. And is there any other comments or anything that you want to ask? So the floor is open for discussions. Anything that you want to ask?
ဟိုအမမေးဆရာရှိရယ်
So
ဟို
you,
အစပိုင်းမှာ
you,
တော့
you can ask me in Burmese and I will explain in no you can ask me in Burmese and I will answer in English, okay?
Okay okay ပထမပိုင်းမှာသုံးသွားရလေဟိုကာစင်မာလေးဟို intermediate လားဟိုဘယ်လိုပြော immediate လားဘယ်လိုလဲမသိဘူးရှေ့မှာသုံးတော့သွားလေ
Immediate
အဲ့ဒါဘယ်လိုမျိုးလဲမသိဘူး immediate cousin ဆိုတာဘယ်လိုသဘောလဲသိချင်လို့
immediate cousin it's actually cousin it's your sibling but not born from the same mother and father, right? So cousins, what I meant by immediate cousin is a cousin who are born from your father's brother. That's called immediate cousin. ဒီကဗျာဟိုကျွန်တော်အဖေရဲ့ညီကိုကမွေးတာက immediate cousin. But if they are cousins who are born from the cousins of my father, we can call them far cousin or something like that. Actually, there are specific words to describe that, but I don't know that word. So, but I'm sure about the word immediate cousin. I think they use the word like cousin once removed, cousin twice removed, something like that. But we don't have to go deep into that family tree. If you just know the word cousins, it's enough. And if you just know the word immediate cousins, then immediate cousin, it's a person who is born from the father, who is born from the brother of your father. Do I explain or do I answer your questions?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and next, anyone?
So what's the meaning of first cousin? You know, the immediate cousin and the first cousin, second cousin, right?
No. I think the word is, I think I can look up. Cousin first removes, COU cousin once removed. This is what I meant. The internet is really slow. I think I go to image. Yeah. Okay. Really bad. How can I show you? Wait, no. How can I show? Okay, so we're here, and this is first cousin because they are born from your aunt or uncle, and if they're born from your great aunt or uncle, it's like second cousins. And this is what I meant. The first cousin once removed, second cousin once removed, third cousin once removed, second cousin twice removed. So they have specific terms to refer your uncle, your like cousins, your like far relatives. But I don't think we have to learn these terms actually. So do I answer your questions?
Yes.
So they even have like first cousin full-time removed. It's weird. It's weird. We don't have to like learn everything. Okay. Oh.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
You say you can
I can't hear you.
about around yes. I just feel like hello, cha là.
Yes, I can hear you.
Côပြောတော့လေမနေ့ကင်းဆိုရင်နိုင်ထားပြီးတော့ကြာ official မသုံးနေနေတာတကယ်အဲ့ဒါအမြုပ်ကလေးကိုပြောတော့လေ
Oh, Latha. LAT is your Latha. I'm not sure about the yeah, this is called Latha. LAT is your Latha. This is Latha လို့ခေါ်တယ်
ဟိုဗါလေပုံပေါ်တွေကပါ sponge ရကြသူကအမြုပ်ပေါ့နော်
Sponge ကအမြုပ်မဟုတ် Sponge just ရေမြုပ် Sponge ကအမြုပ်မဟုတ်ရေမြုပ် Sponge. Anyone else?
Out of blue လေပြောရတာ
ခင်ဗျာ
out of blue
Out of blue it's something suddenly, yeah, suddenly out of blue meaning, yeah. Wait, what am I? It's something out of something. If something happens out of the blue, it's completely unexpected, or suddenly, it just happens suddenly. unexpected. So this is what I meant. Do not try to translate words into Burmese anymore. Just trying to learn them in English. So you start to expand your knowledge, but without Burmese. Yeah, it's good. That's good. Anyone else? Okay, so since we have time for 30 minutes, how about we describe things that is around us? For example, like, I'm pretty sure you all are listening, you all are sitting in your room, so there are a lot of things that we can describe. For example, like, you will have things around you, for example, a pen, a remote, a ruler, or even laptop, or even the phone that you're using. So try to just think of it. I will give you 1 minute and try to describe it. Okay. Never try to translate. Okay. I know it's gonna be hard for the first time, because you will try to think in Burmese and then translate it and then say in English. Just think out of blue, and then I will go one by one to say.
Only one thing.
Yeah, only one thing. I mean, if you can do 2 things, it's okay. It's okay, because I can give everyone 1 minute to talk. You can just describe what. So how can you describe? It's easy. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. So just describe one thing around you. Okay. So I will give you 30 seconds to think, and then after that, I'm gonna call out people randomly. Don't worry. I'll make sure everyone talk. I will not skip anyone. Okay, 30 minutes starts now. And one more thing, don't worry about your accent. Like I've said before, communications is to make sure the other person understands what you speak. It's not about accent. Accent is just an accessory. It's just a vanity. It's something useless. You just want to make your English beautiful. It's not necessary. It's not the actual thing. Okay, I'm gonna start. 30 seconds start now. Just try to find out something that you can describe. I will give time for 30 seconds. Don't try to translate, okay? Just think out of blue. Just try to streamline your idea. And Yuba, don't write it down and read it out, okay? Yuba, don't write it down and read from the book, no?
Cô, mấy di thằng nhỉ?
Oh, okay.
Mấy di thằng nhỉ?
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna call Yili Tanzin. So describe one thing around you.
Đâu trời đó.
I'm hearing echoes.
Quay cho nó. Cô thấy cái video rồi.
Hello? Oh, okay. I think it's because you're sitting next to Koyesitiko, so you're like 2 devices.
Yes, of course. So he can, we can share.
Yeah, you can share one device. It's better.
Yeah.
Okay, describe the things near you. Okay, so okay. After you, it's Koyesitiko, okay?
So me first.
After you, and then it's gonna be you, Koye.
Okay.
Okay.
Water bottle.
It's a water bottle, yeah?
Yes, it's a water bottle, and we can fill water, and we can take everywhere we go, and it's easy to use. And the advantage of this is we can drink water whenever we thirsty. Whenever we feel thirsty.
Mm-hmm. Great, brilliant. It's great because it seems like it's actually came out from your brain, and if you keep doing that, you will get better, and you can streamline your thoughts and build better sentences and longer conversations. Great. Soညီလေးတန်းစင် Vâng nhá.
I use this when
Just say if it's wrong, I will correct you. Don't worry. It's a little uncomfortable to speak in English, but it's good.
I use this when the list công dụng là ta được rồi. Chắc là tông nhau rồi.
No. Don't speak Burmese. Just speak English.
Rồi, chắc thì yên cho hả lại.
Okay. I'm gonna share you one thing that I learned from one movie. So in the movie, it says that first times are always uncomfortable and always difficult, but you can never have the first time again, right? You cannot have first time twice. So enjoy your experience and let it happen. ပထမတစ်ချိန်ဆိုတော့ဘယ်တော့မှတစ်ခါမရအောင်အဲ့တော့ပထမချိန်မှာဖြစ်တဲ့ခံစားချက်ဖြစ်အဲ့ခံစားချက်ကအရင် feel good ပဲပထမချိန်ခါကျတော့လူကရှက်တယ်လို့ကြောက်တယ်လို့ယွတ်နေတော့ရှိတယ်မဲ့လေအဲ့ခံစားချက်ကဒုတိယခါပြန်မရအောင်အခုချိန်မှာအကိုပထမအင်္ဂလိပ်စကားပြောတော့ဖြစ်တဲ့ရှက်တဲ့ခံစားချက်ပြန်အတူယူပါလားဆိုလေလုပ်လို့မရတော့ဘူးဘာလို့အင်္ဂလိပ်စကားတက်သွားပြီလေအဲ့တော့ဒီအင်္ဂလိပ်စကားမဟုတ်ဘူးတစ်ခါလေကျရင်စပိန်စီးလို့ရှိရင်ပထမဆုံးချိန်ခံစားချက်မှာစပိန်စီးကကြောက်တယ်လေ balance မနိုင်လို့ရှိရင်လေမှောက်ကြမလားကိုမသိလေအဲ့ကြောက်တဲ့ခံစားချက်ကဘာနဲ့မှလဲလို့မရဘူးပြန်တွေးကြည့်ရည်စရာဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့ဒီခံစားချက်ကြောင့်ပဲကိုတွေကိုစပိန်စီးတက်သွားတာပေါ့ကားမောင်းတက်သွားတာပေါ့အဲ့လိုမျိုးပေါ့အဲ့တော့ don't be afraid. Okay, so we're going to go to next person. Rupa. Okay, can you describe what is that? Rupa, at pain here. I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna talk about this. This is a compass powder.
Okay.
It is called Mazuri. I got as a present from my coworker who is called Rita. She gave me as a birthday present on at work.
So how do you use it?
It can use after the foundation.
It
can use after foundation, and it can cover our freckle. It can cover my freckle. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Good. Okay, so we're gonna move to another person, Jalui.
I'm not gonna open the video cause.
Yeah, sure. Why not? It's okay. No need to turn on the video. Yeah, only one thing.
That might be my guitar.
Yeah. Okay. Talk about your guitar.
I bought that one when I was 18.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. How to say? I think that was
Try.
Sorry.
Try. Okay, I'll ask you a question. So what is the color of your guitar?
Black.
Yeah. So if you don't know what to speak anymore, right? I will ask you a question so that I can help you think of the answer and make your sentence longer. So when do you play your guitar?
Because my mom she said you need to learn some kind of music, maybe instruments. She want to learn keyboard, but I don't want to learn that, so just guitar. I chose the guitar.
See, when I ask you a question, you can answer the question perfectly. But that means that it's not that you can't speak English. You can speak English just that you're having difficulty streamlining your thoughts into words. Okay, so where do you buy your guitar?
The shop, Songheman or teacher,
Mm.
you mean where, right?
Yeah, where did you buy your guitar? Yeah, where?
Sign me like that, no,
Yeah.
Where?
It's about, it can be a location or a city. You can say like, oh yeah, I bought this guitar from Mandalay. I bought this guitar from Gyeonggi. Something like that. You can just give me a general location, something like that.
In Michiner.
Okay. So I will give you example. How can you like make that sentence longer? I bought this guitar when I was in Medina. I went to Medina last year with my family for a visit, like that. So by saying that, you can actually see that your sentence is longer, twice longer, right? I bought this guitar in Medina when I was going there for a visit. I went to Medina with my family, something like that. Great answer. So back to Nile Tenzin. Don't worry, if you don't know what to say, just like show me the things and I'm gonna ask you questions and then you have to answer me right on spot, out of blue. Okay.
Fly.
Okay, so what are you gonna present? What are you gonna talk about?
Fly.
Oh, fan. Okay, so what does it do? What does it do? Ara ba law le?
It's blue air.
It blow air. Okay, so why do you use a fan?
Weather is so hot. So without fly, I can stay comfortably.
See, you can actually make a complete sentence in English. It's just that you don't know how to streamline your thought into words. I mean, if I give you a chance to speak in English, you would say like, I need to have a fan because the weather is so hot and I cannot stay comfortably. So I turn on, when I turn on the fan gives me cold air, which cools down my skin and I feel comfortable to listen to continue my study. Something like that. This is something that you would say, right? This is something that happens in your brain. It's just that you're taking time to translate that thought into words. So just try to, whenever you have to describe a thing, just try to describe with using 5W1H. Who, what, when, where, and why, and how. Okay? Okay, so I'm gonna move to Maui.
Hello.
Oh.
Feeling is exciting.
Feeling exciting. Yeah. Feeling exciting. So why do you feel excited?
I don't know, just exciting my feeling. So.
Oh, okay. So when do you normally feel excited?
To speak in English, so.
Oh.
Normally, my feeling is not exciting in Burmese language.
Okay. So you can say that you're feeling nervous to speak in English. So yes. Normally when you feel excited, how do you comfort yourself? How do you comfort yourself?
Just trying to speak in English what I know, so because in our work we need to communicate with our leader, so because she is from Philippines, so whatever we don't know about in English, but just we should know.
Yes. Good. Okay. Actually, you can hold a conversation in English. It's just that you have to streamline. You just have to practice more. Just using that like 5W and 1H. Just like practice using the daily things. For example, since you are an office staff, you can pretend that you are a senior staff and the new staff just joined the company. So someone asks you, for example, your boss tells you, Maui, this is a newcomer. This boy or girl, he just joined the company 2 days ago. So can you teach him about the office procedure? And then you will say, sure, yes. And then you will teach him or her how to work, but in English. For example, you will say like, dear sister, this file is we call the document in. We put documents that come from vendors, or we put documents that come from governments, and we put it here. And then after that, another staff will pick up the documents and send it to the manager room, and where the manager will give the signature, where the manager will give the sign. And then after manager signed the document, we put them into another folder called document out. This in here we put document where we put document which has to be sent out. For example, if it's a document related to the government, we have to send it out to the government office in Naypyidaw or Yangon, something like that. So ဘယ်လိုပြောလဲဗျာအမားအနေနဲ့ဗျာရုံးကစာဝင်စာထွက်ပုံးနေအကြောင်းရှင်းပြလို့ရတယ်ပေါ့ process ပေါ့နော် or you can talk about the accounting sheet, accounting Excel to a junior staff. You can pretend that you're explaining your work procedure to a younger staff. So I think by doing that you can learn a lot. Okay, now?
Yes, thank you, so.
Okay.
So I would like to describe one thing.
Sure.
So that thing is in my hand, and that we can use every day, and we can use to clean our teeth. Yes, when we wake up. Yes, it looks like a stick.
Oh yeah, it looks like a stick.
So.
And do you put anything on that stick to clean our teeth?
Yes, toothpicks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what colors of that thing?
The green colors.
Green color. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Is it when you hold it, when you touch it, is it hard or is it soft?
The stick is hard, but the brush is very soft.
Okay. See, you can describe things like that, and then you can just like explain things like that. It's easier.
Yes, thank you.
I think you got the process now. Okay.
Yes, thank you for your advice, so.
Okay, so we're gonna move to another person. Sun Sun.
Okay. Nó xấu quá rồi thì nào mà nó xấu nè, bắt đầu nó xấu rồi ai tin nhỉ?
Well, it's your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Do you know this thing?
Oh, it's a scrunchie. Scrunchie.
Yes, it's great. Yes.
SCRUN.
I'm gonna talk about this scrunchie.
Yeah,
SCRUN. Yes.
Scrunchie. Wait, I can't. Scrunchie.
It was made by.
No. It was made by me.
Oh.
I just bought it from the market.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna talk about this scrunchie. This is bought by me, and this is from Saint Down, you know. Saint Down is located in Chimana, Naypyidaw. No, right, not Myanmar. Yeah, and this is February spring season. Here's a little bear printer on there. Here. This is to tie my hair when my hair summer season. This way my hair neat and
tidy.
Yeah.
So what fabric is that? Fabric. So what fabric?
Velvet. Yes, velvet.
Velvet. Oh, velvet. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
velvet. So do you like your scrunchie?
Yeah, very. I've got this so comfortable, and yes, velvet. So not go like that way.
Do you like
velvet fiber?
ဘာပြောနေတာဟောတည်ရိုးပြောနေတာ
အသားကိုပြောမဟုတ်အသားကိုပြောဆိုတော့အကိုပြောလိုက်တယ်ညီမပြောပြပြီးသွားလို့
fabric fabric
Yes, because of velvet fabric, this is so comfortable, and my hairs are not too much dye, but it's so comfortable. Like it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand what you want to say. Since this is made of velvet, it's soft and it would not damage my hair. So because if
Yes, yeah, that's why I like it.
I normally notice that if girls they use a very tight of elastic string, it can deform. It can deform
Yeah.
their hair, so they don't like it. So they prefer soft velvet scrunchy, so that it can't deform your hair. Nice.
And it's really what because it only costs 500,000. Yeah, it's so amazing quality. I got it.
Good. Okay, so moving on to next person. Brilliant. You did a great job. Pew, Matthew.
Okay, I described one thing. It is holding in my hand. This it is a little bit thick, but most of the girls use their how should I say nhất tàng huy.
Eyelashes.
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 Most of the
one, right?
girls use yeah.
Eyelashes,
Yeah. Use sticks for their eyelashes, and so this is it is holding in my hand, and it is called eye mascara.
Okay.
This thing is my favorite things. I like to use this eye mascara. Do I need to open with my camera?
Oh no.
Because my room is a little bit messy because of my baby.
Oh, it's okay. No need. Actually, what you described is really nice. For example, like you describe why do you like it and where you can use it. So I will ask you one more thing. When do you use mascara?
And I go to office, and sometimes I go to sometimes I go to my friend's wedding, or sometimes how should I say, donation
So in that case, if you want to use where, you can say event, event, events. Whenever I go to events, or whenever I go out, whenever I go to work, I will put on mascara. Okay. Okay, so moving on to next person is Ace and Nijo. I think we haven't, right?
I just want to talk about pillows.
Pillow. Oh yeah, nice. Pillow. Okay.
Now pillows are beside me. These things can use when you sleep. And you can put under your head. I think these things are the best for lazy person. When it is when you feel tired, you can when you feel tired, laying on the bed is the best feeling ever. The pillow is one of my best things. It is you can buy a pillow with cheap what
do you want to say? Oh, okay. Pillow is the cheapest thing, which can give you the most luxurious feeling. Luxurious. Pillow is the cheapest thing, which can give you the highest luxury. Luxurious feeling, or luxury. Yeah, you can also describe in one word. Pillow is a cheap luxury, right? It's cheap, but it's a luxury. Right.
Cheap luxury.
So what color is your pillow?
White
Color. Is there any print on it? print ဆိုတာကရိုက်ကွက်ထားတဲ့ဆေးအသား
yes ပန်းရိုက်ထားတာ
Oh, it's a flower. It's a flower print.
flower print
Print. PRNT print. For example, yeah. Look at my T-shirt. It has a flower print on it, right? Yeah. So you can say that. It's a T-shirt with flower print. Yeah, like that. Wow. Nice. Good. So moving on to next one is Nimalita.
I thought you forgot me.
I won't forget you. Oh, you're in another room.
Can you watch like this?
Sorry, I can't.
It's
Sorry, I didn't see. What is that?
see it?
Yeah, I can see.
It's
a drawing.
It's a drawing block.
Oh.
It's a kind of drawing books. It's a sheet. The sheets are a little thicker than the normal paper.
Okay.
Right, you can see it. Actually, it's all white, and I can sketch in portrait in here. Like whenever I'm bored.
So, what kind of picture do you normally draw in that book?
I draw a portrait. Portrait means a picture of a human. And picture there are so many pictures like landscape and things with shadows, and a portrait is a picture of a human face, like as a kind the cover is green. And I haven't used so many sheets. I have used only 3 things, and you know what? It has a name. I have some kind of crazy habit, like giving names to my thing.
Same like me. I also have the same thing.
Yeah, its name is Baby James. I bought it from a Baby James lived with me about for 3 weeks or maybe less than. I have only drawn about 3 pictures, 3 portraits. Yeah, I always take 1 or 2 hours to draw a portrait for a day. And a portrait always need 2 or 3 days long, like that.
Nice. So what kind of pencil do you use? Do you color pencil or lead?
No. This is not for the color pencil. It's just tone. It's just tones like.
So you only use the lead pencil.
Like that. The lead is 2B or 3B and HB or something like that. It's sort of like that. The light and the powder. Yeah. It's like this is used for the just not color pencil.
Okay, so I have the same habits. So I'm going to show you my laptop. Okay, so can you see? This is my laptop. Yeah. So my laptop, I call my laptop Lappy Mac. Lappy. I call it Lappy because it's laptop. I will always say like, where's my Lappy? Where's my Lappy? Lappy, Lappy. I call it Mac. It's MacBook. So I call it Lappy Mac, and I have like Lappy Dell. I got. This is my office laptop, so I call it Lappy Dell and Lappy Mac. I have 2 Lappy.
Yeah, we are the same. We're on the same boat.
And I call this one Feng Feng. It's a phone. It's like okay, Feng Feng. And then this is my my drawing book. I haven't given it a name yet, but I can show you what I've drawn. I also draw human portrait too.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, I draw like woman pictures. You can see her hand, fingers, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so details.
Yeah.
Wow, with the long hair. That's so nice.
I like to draw human pictures, stuff like that.
I will show you. Yeah, this is like it's a baby.
Nice. You have. Oh my God, you can draw so brilliantly.
Yeah.
Thank you. But this is a picture of Harry Potter, but not like him. This is
But
my
actually,
first
you
portrait.
try. But you try. But it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, I always color with tones, but I can now sketch that so detailed. Like I always draw with eyes. Like I always use more harder tones in the eyes, and the eyes always black and the tones are not different. Like
I see. But you can always practice.
yeah.
Great. So you do have a good English. You just have to practice more, and then you can get better about thinking in English. So I think I've done with Goye, Mawi, Nile Tanzim, Matthew, Myopa, Maison, Jalui Asan, Isanijo, and Yamaitete. Okay, so I think I've done with everyone else. So I hope everyone's understand the concept of this lesson. Is there anything that you would like to ask? Okay, so we will successfully dismiss this class. So class dismiss, and we will see you again on Saturday, right? Saturday 8 p.m. Saturday 8 and 10. So thank you all for joining the class today. So I will stop the recording. How can I stop the recording? Oh yeah, here.